thank you to everybody for making time in their schedules here during a busy week, but to start your day off with us. Before we can talk about where we're going, it's important to look at where we've been. And in that, it was just a year ago that we were talking about the need for construction trades. And with that, that was business, higher ed, and the school system coming together to try to solve a problem. In that, we were able to develop a construction trades program with the help of TCAT Elizabethton, and we're to open that in January. That was amidst a movement that we have been seeing in work-based learning that we've been doing, and it's generated a lot of other conversation. And as a school system, when you have business and higher ed asking, so how do we connect or how do we do that, it's really important that you have an answer for how we look at that going down the future. With this CAPS network, this was something that I came across prior to the pandemic, and was a direction wanted to move that helped to answer the question of what it means to be educated. Are you educated when you score a certain score on a test? Are you educated when you can apply that learning in a professional-based setting? Or are you educated when you have these certain success skills that are vital to being able to move through a profession? And the answer is yes, all of those. We typically just focus and talk about one component, but we need to be able to be intentional about developing all those components in an equitable fashion. It's not that students like this don't exist in our school system that have all these skills and across our community. But we want that to be equitable, that there's a process that every student has the opportunity to develop all of these skills to fulfill what we consider our portrait of a graduate competencies. The CAPS network is just that, a real opportunity to be part of a community that's focused on the same work. Lots of times this work like this goes on across the state or across our country, but because you're doing it individually, other schools don't know who to lean on so that we're not all hitting the same potholes. To be part of a network and part of a community allows us to, as you heard, rely on the wisdom that has come from 13 years of experience of other school districts from across our country that are doing this and have done it successfully, to be able to not hit the same potholes. How do we do this in a manner of quality and equity so that we can make a difference for all students? With that, we're super excited because we feel like this comes at a real critical time in our state, a really exciting time in our state. We know that our legislator and our governor have made investments into our career technical over the next 4 years, totaling $1 million for every high school in the state. And so as you examine which programs you're going to add to your school district, the structure and what you want to do to make sure that you're getting the impact out of those investments, we really feel like to be part of the CAPS network provides us that opportunity to have quality measures and benchmarks with other people to do this. We appreciate you being here to share this information because we don't want this to be a hidden secret. We want this to be able to use our position and voice to be able to point to this at this critical time in our state when we're looking to make these key investments, and what's the best tool to be able to do that. So with that, we're super excited. This has been a conversation that's been going on with CAPS Network for a couple of years. I appreciate Corey Moen for continuing to follow up with me on a regular basis. I would always get a call or a text and said, "Are you ready yet? Are you ready yet?" We're ready. Today we're ready. and looking forward to the future for Kingsport City Schools, for our business community, for the journey that we have ahead for us, because this is really exciting to be able to take advantage of the resources that are going to be provided to us and to be able to make a difference for our kids. You're going to hear us reference later on through in the coming years. PBL is an acronym within school systems that you heard about problem-based learning. As part of this network, that term is going to shift a little bit to profession-based learning. And with that, every problem that we have that we put in front of kids, we want to be able to tie that back to a profession. Because really all of our professions are designed to solve a problem within our community and helping kids to be able to know in their unique talents, the kinds of problems they like to solve and the professions that go along with that, so that when they leave high school that they can go on with much more intentionality. With that, I appreciate everyone for being here and looking forward to the years ahead.